It's good for dating. It's very good for dating. Online dating. Highly recommended if you're single. Keeps us in touch.
I can stay in touch with probably 10 times as many friends as I otherwise would because of Facebook. So I like that.
Do you feel like you actually talk to these people, or are these just like those Facebook friends that...
No, these are legitimate friends who I just don't have time to email or call.
Do you use that to actually talk to them?
I use it to keep up with their lives. I know something about them as opposed to
When you
nothing.
talk to them, you call them.
If I didn't use social media, I would probably just not interact with them. It's better than nothing.
They're not real friends. They're just Facebook friends.
Pretty much I'm always on my phone doing some sort of social networking thing.
Yeah, I would say it keeps me in touch with people I wouldn't normally talk to.
Has it changed the way you like group with your friends, like how you get together? I mean, before it would just be like a phone call, and now you Facebook invitation or something to that effect. Is it kind of like that? I mean,
It depends on how close I am with the person. If I'm really close to someone, I just go on the phone. But acquaintances is mostly Facebook thread messages and stuff like that.
I mean, when you and I hang out, I usually just write her letters, and then she'll get them like 4 days later.
Yeah. I'm an actor, so a lot of the casting calls they do they do fan pages and stuff like that. The casting directors do that.
We're both actors, so like I don't even know how people get auditions without going online.
Yeah.
Unless they have
And I actually had professors in college who mixed email and expected us all to have Facebooks and did threads that way.
But it is a way to communicate with our customers and to have more people find out about us.
Also, it's a good thing to talk about at meetings because everybody thinks social media is important, even if it isn't.
Yeah, they think you're young and hip if you use that term. And so it increases your perceived intelligence.
My organization hires a lot of teachers who are typically between the ages of 20 and 30, and one of our best recruiting mechanisms for having people find out about our organization is Facebook.
Professionally, you have to have a website, whereas I'm an architect, you can have just a portfolio before, you have to have a website.
I think Twitter is the most obnoxious thing ever.
I do too.
And it's like a personal vendetta of mine to not be on Twitter. I don't know what it is about it that I just find so... Yeah,
I think it's great for the company, probably, because everyone's buying into it. So I don't like how it's sort of become, our free internet has become taken over by large businesses. Like you can't even Google something anymore without being sent to something that you weren't really interested in.
Because it gives a voice like this crazy guy in Florida. Who would have ever heard of him before? And now he's got a huge megaphone, which is the internet.
I do think that users are incorporated too much into certain broadcasts. It annoys the hell out of me because the news really isn't what somebody thinks about an earthquake. It's what's happening on the ground following an earthquake, for instance. But for the most part, I think it is positive because it does engage people, gets people more interested, and it disseminates information much more quickly for those people that aren't necessarily dedicated news seekers.
Yeah, but it gives, like you said, all the people who think they're journalists the ability to play journalists.
Right, and it really waters down a lot of shows on CNN and Fox when they're just reading Twitter, which is just stupid.
I don't know, because elections are so clear-cut for me that it's hard for me to imagine that people base their presidential decision on social media. So that always surprises me. But I guess if you're young and social media is what you watch, then I guess so.
I believe strongly that Obama won because of the young vote. And that was something John McCain did not have. So yeah, I think that it's affected a lot of things. But in this next election in 2012, it's going to be interesting to see because now that's a whole new thing.
Yeah, I think it's a huge effect, especially because kids aren't checking CNN. 18-year-olds are checking Facebook.
The outcome is largely assigned a couple times. It helped him.
Do you think social media democratizes the political process?
I think it does help democratize, but she asked if the result would be different, and I don't think the answer is yes to that. I don't think McCain would have won or that Hillary Clinton would have won if Obama wasn't so strong on social media. I think he would have won regardless.
The amount of fundraising that he was able to do in smaller amounts through social media meant that he didn't have to kowtow to entrenched political interests.
But did that extra
That's a myth.
$200 million buy him 7 points? No.
Did it get out a certain subset of the population to vote that he needed?
This is John McCain's nephew. He's a little bitter.
I'm very happy that Barack Obama won.
So do you think that social media is good for democracy or bad? Do you think it helps or do you think it hinders?
What's social media?
Facebook, Twitter, basically, okay, let's just say internet as
I
a
can say
whole, right?
internet, yes.
Internet.
Social media, I don't know.
I think, no, but I do think it has helped because not so much in the United States. I think we're democratic whether we want to admit it or not. But in places like Iran during the protests, where Twitter can be a really powerful tool to disseminate information, to gather masses, and to spread truth. I think it has been important and will continue to be very important.